All right, and welcome to another episode of Eat, Smoke, Drink. Today I have a special bottle that I'm gonna go through today. A special bottle. You probably hear me say that a lot. Well, I'm gonna keep saying it because every bottle that I review is generally pretty special until I find out they're not and they're shit, and then I'll tell you if they're not in shit. This one is a Mortlach by Adelphi. Mortlach by Adelphi, 51.4%. This was released, this was the cask 2040. 36-year-old. This was touted to be one of the best Mortlach Adelphi has ever bottled. Charles McLean has said it's one of the best Mortlach he has ever bottled. I have not reviewed this yet, and I'm excited to go through it with you to see if I agree. I love a Mortlach. I want Mortlach in and out of my mouth, in and around my mouth. What I love about the Adelphi is that they don't really go overboard with their packaging. It's functional, it's protective, it's sleek, but they don't spend shitloads of money on their packaging. You know, sometimes you get whiskeys, and it's my gripe. I love a good presentation box. I do. I love a good presentation box. But you know what? I just want a good whiskey. I don't want the presentation box to be worth literally 10% of the fucking whiskey. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just get all these fancy bottles, Chivas Regal 25, and it comes in a fucking fossilized whatever box or some shit. Nah, I don't care about that. Make the whiskey good. And then the box can be a paper bag. I don't care about drinking out and pouring it out of a brown paper bag if the whiskey is good. So I love it. This one is a little bit fancier. It's got the magnetic latch. Whew, look at that. Anyway, I love it. Very Spartan, very utilitarian, because in the end of the day, the only thing that fucking matters is the dram. So let's get pouring. Let's sniff the bejesus out of this shit, and let's sip it. Let's see how this one pans out. Cheers. Whew. You get that Mortlach nose, baby. Metallic, heavy, stainless steel, freshly oiled cast iron pan, a hint of smoke, a hint of wood smoke, a hint of smoke, just a hint of smoke, not peat smoke, but a hint of smoke. I'd say, you can even say it's paraffin smoke, even coal smoke, but it's the nose straight away. You get a heftiness with Mortlach, and that's what I love about it. You get a heftiness with Mortlach, a heaviness on the nose, coconut, sickly coconut, some vanillin, some funkiness. I'm not even sure if this is bourbon or this is sherry, but I think it's sherry, but I'm not entirely sure. I am getting coconut in there and some vanillin, so I'm thinking it's bourbon, but then I usually find that Mortlach is best in sherry cask, but hey, you know, I don't care. If it's good, it's good. I have no cask bias. I have no bloody bias. As long as it's good, it's good. I am getting some funkiness in there. Old wet paper, some leaf litter. Maybe it's fucking with my mind because I'm thinking it's sherry, but I'm not entirely sure. But I am getting some fungal notes in there, some fusty notes. That could happen with bourbon too. At 36 years, you know, anything can happen in the barrel. Fucking gremlins can grow out of that barrel. I'm getting blackberry jam, not so sharp, the sweetness. Raspberry jam, that deep berry jam. A little bit of burnt sugar, burnt butter, Russian fudge. Wet stones. I know this sounds really weird, but I'm getting a little bit of a wet mammal. I'm getting wet mammal, okay? I'm not being funny. Like a wet dog. Okay, you know, when like a dog goes outside in the rain and then comes back and like a slight hint of a wet dog. It's fucking weird. That is weird. The hell is that? And I don't have a dog, so I'm not smelling wet dogs. Wait a minute. No, wait. No, not my junk. So definitely not coming from my pits and orifice and my G unit. Wow, the nose is delicious. The more I nose it, I'm getting some licorice, just a mild, soft, sweet licorice. You're not your proper Dutch licorice, but your candy licorice. A pinch of cloves, candied ginger, white pepper. You know, when you're making gimbap, when I'm making gimbap, I put sesame oil, then I put some white pepper in there, but then the steam from the rice puffs up a little bit of the fines of the white pepper, and it gets in my nose, just that aroma, white pepper, just a hint of white pepper, but definitely candied crystallized ginger. There's a heat to the nose. There's a heat to the nose that I'm detecting from that ginger. Nail polish, fresh nail polish, just literally applied on, you know, and you smell it. Some like the acetone as well, like a nail, like a fucking nail parlor, like a freaking nail parlor. All right, let's get sipping, baby. Oh my God. Holy fuckamole. You know what? Being in danger of the hype wagon on it. Being in danger of the hype wagon. That is fucking magnificent. Oh God, I love a good Mortlach. Cinnamon, pinch of nutmeg, some raisins. Like imagine a watered down PX, like a direct Pedro Jimenez. You're in Spain, you're eating the fucking bejesus out of jamon iberico, bellota, and then someone pours you a dessert wine, a Pedro Jimenez, but then you put ice in it and you water it down. Okay, so it's a thinner Pedro Jimenez, very thin. You got that intensity. Now, is it my mind playing tricks on me? It could be. Is that sherry or is that bourbon? I don't care, I don't know, but I'm getting that mouth feel. But I'm also getting a vanilla, a heavy vanilla. I wouldn't say heavy, a slight vanilla. I take it back. The nose was heavy, but a slight vanilla profile. The mouthfeel is thick and viscous. There's a fattiness to it, like jamon iberico, but followed by that. This is like having a plate of jamon iberico and a PX in a whiskey. Wow. Burnt brown sugar, just a tad burnt. Wet leather, wet soil, leaf litter, pork fat that's been cured in salt. I would say more jamon iberico, because it's got that drying sensation on the palate. When you have a 4-year-old jamon iberico, you can really taste the acorns. You know what I'm saying? You can taste the acorns and it dries your palate. It's sweet side, but it dries the palate. There's a hint of smoke on the palate. Definitely tastes like nail a nail salon. You know when you walk into a nail salon and you stick your tongue out like a fucking snake and you try to taste the air with your Jacobson organ? It's like that. You know, you go to a nail salon, you try to taste that fucking nail salon air. I'm getting that nail salon air. Now, I don't know if you have a Jacobson organ. I don't know if I've got a Jacobson organ. Who gives a shit? Let's just say I do. But you know what I mean? I don't know if you know what I mean. I don't know if you know what I mean. This is my third dram of the day, so I'm a little tipsy. Licorice, clove, fruit cake. Now, I'm going to do a golden buzzer right now. That is fucking magnificent. Is it the best Mortlach I've ever had? You know what? Like I said, not wanting to be in danger of the hype wagon, but that is exceptionally delicious. I mean, that is exceptionally delicious. This bottle is a dangerous bottle. It packs a punch. You know, you drink it and it's like someone does a duck bill and wants to fist your fucking mouth. That's the power it has. But it's also so palatable and intriguing and delicious that you want to keep drinking it. You have a bottle of this, it sits on the table. That is a session whiskey right there. In fact, I would recommend, if you're going to have this bottle, have it only with another bottle, something a little bit softer. So I would say you have this first. Once you've punished it and you feel that your palate's no longer fully appreciating it, put it away and put something else in front of you. This should be the first dram you have in the night, the day, breakfast. It's fucking not even 10:30 a.m. here, but this should be the first dram you have, not the last. If you have this as the last, you will lose the joy and the nuanced spirit. Absolutely magnificent. That is fantastic. And like I said, I'm very wary of the hype train. It's only 178 bottles. I'm very wary of the hype train on it, but I think it definitely calls for that hype train. You know, Charles McLean is a reputable man, and I don't think he would put his name to a fucking piss take. So I hope Charles McLean does not start promoting Ardbeg and all that bullshit releases, because if he does, I will lose respect for him. In saying that, hey, someone wants to pay you a couple of $1 million to promote substandard shit, why not? But Charles McLean, he always attends the Dram Fest here in Auckland. You know, looking forward to seeing him in this coming Dram Fest. But he is definitely certified the fucking king. That is insane. Until next time, make sure you eat, smoke, drink. Cheers.